On October 11, 1897, a year after Ethiopia defended itself from Italian colonization at the Battle of Adwa, Emperor Menelik II authorized the creation of a flag containing a rectangular tricolor from top to bottom, red, yellow, and green. This flag will eventually have the first letter of its name placed on the center stripe, and it will become a clear reference to the Ethiopian Abyssinia Empire as the only African state that resisted modern European colonialism, having defeated the Kingdom of Italy in 1896. This Ethiopian flag will be changed several times over the years as the country itself evolved from a monarchy to a dictatorship and then to parliamentary democracy, but these three colors will remain. In March 1957, Ghana became the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence, and Kwame Nkrumah became the country's first prime minister and president. Nkrumah emerged as a major advocate for the unity of independent Africa, and he embodied a political activist approach to Pan-Africanism, championing the quest for regional integration of the whole of the African continent. You see, the concept of Pan-Africanism is a worldwide movement that aims at encouraging and strengthening the bonds of solidarity between all indigenous and diaspora ethnic groups of Africa. Nkrumah was strongly inspired by Ethiopia's resistance against foreign occupation and decided to incorporate the country's tricolor scheme into the Ghana flag as a way of paying homage to Ethiopia for being the only African country, aside from Liberia, that was never colonized. They took Ethiopia's flag, which by this time had the green stripe on top instead of red, flipped it, and placed a black 5-point star in the center of the flag. Soon, other newly independent African countries would follow suit. Guinea, upon gaining independence in 1958, took the same idea, but this time they went for a vertical tricolor scheme instead. Mali's flag is Guinea's flag, but with green at the beginning and red at the last stripe. The flag of Cameroon, similar to Mali, has red at the middle band with a yellow star and a yellow stripe at the end of the flag. The flag of Senegal is very similar to that of Mali, but with a green star in the middle. Other African countries that add these colors in their flags include Togo, Comoros, Burkina Faso, Seychelles, Guinea-Bissau, Sao Tome and Principe, Congo, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Mauritania, Benin, and many others. These three colors, red, green, and yellow, with the inclusion of black, will later be known as the Pan-African colors. Pan-African colors is a term that may refer to two different sets of colors, green, yellow, and red. The colors of the flag of Ethiopia have come to represent the Pan-Africanist ideology due to the country's history of having avoided being taken over by a colonial power. Numerous African countries have adopted the colors into their national flags, and they are similarly used as a symbol by many Pan-African organizations and the Rastafari movement. Red, black, and green, first introduced by Marcus Garvey in 1920, have also come to represent Pan-Africanism and are shown on the Pan-African flag. These colors have also been incorporated on national flags, and they have sometimes been used to represent black nationalism rather than Pan-Africanism. Green, yellow, and red are now found on the national flags of many African nations. The color combination was borrowed from the flag of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian flag has influenced the flags of many Pan-African organizations, except for relative brief periods of influence and occupation by the Kingdom of Italy. Ethiopia remained outside European control during the colonial era by defeating the Italian army at the Battle of Adwa, Ethiopia in 1986, ending the Italian protectorate. The adoption of the Ethiopian national colors by many Pan-African entities is a consequence of this. Although the meaning of the individual colors used in a country's flag may differ from country to country, the countries of the flags that make use of Pan-African colors have similar meaning, with green representing the unique nature of the continent having good land for agriculture, red representing the blood and common heritage of Africans during the fight against oppression from colonialism, yellow representing the wealth of Africa, and finally black, which signifies the color of the people. However, there is another variation of the Pan-African color scheme developed by Marcus Garvey, the Jamaica-born founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, that makes use of just red, green, and black colors. Countries like Malawi, Kenya, and the former country of Biafra were inspired by this color combination. The colors of this flag do, however, share similar meanings with those inspired by Ethiopia. Now, the adoption of these particular colors by these African countries was not because they lacked artistic or design taste. We must understand that at that time, these countries were just recovering recovering from colonial oppression, and the way they could relate with each other was to adopt similar colors, as similar colors may signify similar heritage. And again, the ideas of Pan-Africanism, which is a call for a united Africa, was a big deal for the continent African at that time. We are indeed grateful to these African countries for choosing to adopt the Pan-African colors in their flags, because every time the flags of these countries are raised, they remind us of the great African soil, the wealth in the continent, the color of the people, and above all, the blood of those who gave everything for the land they loved. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button and share with your friends and family. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.